I'm Angie Doran. I work for Glasgow City Council. I was brought in about a year and a half ago to lead a self-build project in Maryhill. Basically what we've done is we have two phases to the project. We've got a pioneering initial phase which has just been released of 6 plots here in Buntaskin Street, and then we've got a larger site where we'll be releasing 17 plots along with some private housing up and above Maryhill Locks. Most people think that self-build involves doing everything yourself. 3% are the ones that do that. Most people don't. So it's something where you would just decide basically what kind of house you want to build and where you want to build it, and you would get people in to build it for you. But the difference is you decide the type of house you want, so you don't just buy off a builder who produces the same product all the time. You can customise your house to make it what you actually need. Well, if people are managing the project, it's maybe 2 years or 3 years, but if people were to do every single thing themselves, then it would take a lot longer than that, which is why in this particular project we want people to be involved in the design and maybe some project management, but we're not looking for people to do every single thing themselves. We've done a little bit of minimal advertising. We've had some events and we've people come along to those events, and we had a short list, and out of them we've actually chosen the 6 pioneering self-builders who will be starting on this site here. We had our selection meeting just about a month ago, so now we're going to take legal offers for the site and we're going to be working on servicing the site. So we're looking for the self-builders to be on site probably late winter, early spring. We've had quite a mixture of people. We've got over 100 people in our database who have expressed an interest in self-build within the city, and that's with very minimal advertising. But out of those, the 6 self-builders, about 2 of them are local, as in they grew up in the area, and the other 2 have local businesses in the area, and the other 2 are just very interested in self-build and wanted to build because they saw the site and they fell in love with the site. This Buntaskin Street we're standing in is kind of like an area sandwiched between the canal at the back. There is the Forth Clyde Canal and the River Kelvin. So it's an area of biodiversity. So we wanted to encourage sustainable self-build. We wanted people to think about the environment when they designed their houses. So we came up for a design code for that, where people have to design the houses in accordance to this design code, and then they go through a streamlined planning process which makes it a lot simpler for them. Well, first of all, it's an affordable option. A lot of people who maybe watch programmes on television think it's very expensive, but actually most people will save about 30% on a house that they build rather than buying the equivalent house, if such a thing exists, off of a developer. So it makes it more affordable for people who maybe can't get on the housing ladder. Also, it means that they can design flexibility into their house, so if they have a growing family they can allow for that, or they can allow for also perhaps people with disabilities by designing a house around their needs. It also helps to build a community, so if you do self-build and there's a few of you together, then you're building a community at the same time as you're building your house. Well, time and time again there's barriers that come up when people have done surveys into why people don't self-build, because apparently there's an awful lot of people within the country that would like to if they had the opportunity, and the things that came up was availability of land, planning permission and funding. So we tried to look at those 3 aspects and make them simpler here. So what we've done is we've obviously made the land available. In Buntaskin Street here there's 6 plots for sustainable self-build. There's another 17, as I said, that will be released at a later date. We also have been working with Build Store and with Glasgow Credit Union to try and provide easier funding for people, so that people could get access to funding who maybe couldn't beforehand. And also we've been working with planning, and we've done a thing that's never been done before in Scotland, which is to design a design code where if people create their housing along with this design code, then they'll just go through planning permission with just a quick tick rather than having to go through months and months of waiting. So it'll make it a lot easier for the self-builders.